Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. In this video, I would like to review a wok made by a company called Hestan. This wok is referred to as a titanium wok, and the reason is that it is known as a nanobond wok. Actually, it is a stainless steel wok, but with titanium incorporated into the stainless steel. I am a big fan of stainless steel wok, and so when I have the opportunity to review this wok, I was very excited because I always interested to see how different stainless steel wok perform. Now, this wok is a 14-inch stainless steel wok, and the company also make other type of cookware using a similar technology, which is, you would call it a high-end wok. So as expected, the wok is very well constructed, and the packaging also turned out to be excellent. The wok comes with a cover, a stainless steel cover, a beautiful cover, and the wok itself is a very well constructed wok. Now, you probably cannot see it through the video, but the wok actually has some sort of a grayish color, and this is probably due to the incorporation of titanium. This wok weighs a little bit over 4 pounds, which is pretty much of the weight of most average stainless steel wok. And I do prefer wok that is not too heavy, so this is probably a little bit heavy for me, but not too bad. But when you put the cover on, the wok weighs over 6 pounds 5 ounces. Again, it's quite reasonable. Like a lot of stainless steel wok, such as the Cook standard stainless steel wok or the Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok, this wok has a large flat bottom surface area. And for this reason, a lot of time this type of wok is referred to as wok pan. And when you measure the bottom surface, it is about 8 inches across, which is really nice. In fact, I prefer wok with a large flat bottom surface area for numerous reasons. One is that it provides a better and more stable for sitting on cooktops that has a flat surface. Furthermore, there are other reasons which I really like it. Now, this wok comes with a beautiful handle that are built on both sides of the wok. As the overall quality of the wok, the handle truly represents the quality of this wok. It has the Hestan logo carved into the handle. It gives it an exquisite and elegant appearance. The handle is made from stainless steel. Therefore, it probably most likely that the handle will heat up during the cooking process. But I'm interested to test it out because a lot of time, depending on how the handles are being incorporated into the body of the wok, I think depending on the duration that you cook the food in the wok, the handle might be cool to touch. One thing I noticed about the handle of this wok, which is often found in expensive wok, that is the rivet of the handle actually flush to the surface of the wok. And this, I don't know if it will make a huge difference or not, but it certainly makes it easier to clean. And it also gives the wok a more elegant look. So for the price of this wok, this is a very nice feature. One really nice feature of this wok is that they come with a stainless steel cover. Now, this stainless steel cover is probably one of the best stainless steel cover that I have seen in any woks. Most stainless steel wok do come with a cover, with a dome cover, and it is extremely useful to have this cover because of the all stainless steel construction. You can use this wok in the oven. And I have used my other stainless steel wok in the oven, and I have used them for various types of cooking functions. For example, once I bake a chicken in a wok, and using the wok cover, it is an excellent way of how to handle in this type of cooking situation. The cover also have many other functions. For example, the cover is extremely useful when you want to use the wok as a steamer, which I use my other wok as a steamer, and I can see this wok can be easily adapted to be as a steamer. And with a dome cover, you can actually incorporate quite a bit of food ingredients, and you can use a steamer rack, and you can use a plate, or you can even use a container in it. Now, this wok also quite different from other type of stainless steel wok with the cover, because this wok's cover has actually holes that allow the steam to escape. So it is a very useful function, and I really welcome that, because my other wok which do not have this vent, it's quite often depend on how much heat that you have on the wok. It could be problematic. So having this vent is very useful. So you can use this wok in addition to stir frying, you can use it for slow cooking, and there are many different types of functions that can be easily incorporated into the wok. Now the wok has come with a beautiful surface. It already look very clean. As you can see, the smoothness of this wok is quite different from a stainless steel wok. And this wok, when you wash it, you can feel the surface of the wok have that smoothness, which is not pleasant in a stainless steel wok. So I decided, just for my experience, I want to just feel the texture of the wok. So I'm going to wash it, although the wok comes already very clean. So right now I'm just rinsing it and just really admire the beauty of the surface of the wok. And next, I decided I'm going to wash it with soap as well, because I want to give it a really good clean. Because the first test I'm going to do with this wok is I'm going to fry some egg. And I want to make sure that there are no chemical residues that might be found on the surface of the wok. Because quite often with the wok that I purchase, I find that they sometimes come with a protective chemical for the surface of the wok. Even though this one does not appear to be the case, but on the safe side, I will wash it. And now it is time for me to go into the kitchen to test and evaluate the cooking function of the wok. One of the common tests is to fry an egg. Frying an egg is a good way to examine whether the wok's cooked surface, does it have any non-stick coating, or whether the wok has a natural surface. One way to test that is to just heat up the oil and to fry an egg. Now, when a wok with a non-stick coating, the egg will not stick. However, any wok with a natural surface, such as stainless steel, carbon steel, or cast iron, the egg will stick to the surface of the wok. This is actually an excellent way to try out how the cooked surface of the wok will perform. All the wok with natural surface require to be seasoned. If you just do not season the wok, the egg will burn and stick to the surface of the wok. So this is a good way for me to test the type of performance of this wok. As I expected, because this wok is a wok with a natural surface, the egg will stick and burn to the surface of the wok. I use a stainless wok spatula, and it works almost like a scraper. It allows me to scrape the egg off the surface of the wok. With this test, it tells me the wok has a natural surface. It do not contain any chemicals that bound to the surface of the wok to create any sort of non-stick property. I clean the wok with my wok whisk. This works extremely well. It allows me to scrape off whatever that might stick to the surface of the wok with ease. So from this standpoint, I can tell the wok is very easy to be clean. I use this wok whisk with my carbon steel, cast iron, and stainless steel wok, and it's probably the most effective way for cleaning a wok. I usually use this wok whisk to remove any material that might stuck on the surface of the wok. And one thing I noticed that this wok's surface is very easy to clean. And to remove any residual material that might still on the surface of the wok, I switched to a 3M Scotch Heavy Duty Sponge. And the end result, it does a really good job. As you can see, the surface of the wok is very clean. And one thing I noticed that there are absolutely no scratch mark on the surface. The stainless steel wok spatula often creates scratch mark on stainless steel woks. I have developed a method called spot seasoning. This is a method that is very simple, and all you have to do is to heat up the cooking oil until the oil starts to smoke. And this is the temperature when the oil will form a polymer on the surface of the wok. This polymer, like a chain link fence, that will prevent the food coming into contact with the surface of the wok. And the end result is that it prevents the food from sticking and burning to the surface of the wok. In the case of carbon steel and cast iron wok, the surface will retain this layer, and as long as you do not wash it with soap, it will accumulate. But in stainless steel, it will be washed away, even rinse it with water. Therefore, I use this method to season my wok each time before a cooking session. Okay, now we're going to test whether this time the egg will stick to the surface of the wok. In this case, I heat up the oil when it starts to smoke, and I turn the heat down and I let it smoke for about 15 seconds gently. And this is the time the wok is being seasoned to create a non-stick cooked surface. You notice that this time is very different. The last time when I cooked the egg without using this method, the egg still tenaciously to the surface of the wok. But in this case, I can easily remove the egg from the surface of the wok. They're a little bit sticking, but not very much at all. Otherwise, the egg is able to glide freely on the surface of the wok. This example demonstrates the effectiveness of my spot seasoning method. All I have to do is to heat up the cooking oil for about 15 to 30 seconds. Then it is possible for me to create a non-stick cook surface. And I call this method spot seasoning because it allows me to season the wok right at the spot. And each time before I start a cooking session, it only takes about 15 to 30 seconds to create a non-stick cook surface. So far, I'm very happy with the performance of this wok. It has no problem in creating a beautiful non-stick cook surface. And next, I'm going to try to make an egg omelette. After I wash the wok, I use the spot seasoning method to create a non-stick cook surface. Cooking an egg omelette could be quite challenging. The non-stick property of the wok is very important. If the eggs stick to the surface of the wok, the egg omelette will not turn out. Instead, you will have scrambled egg instead. And for fun as well as simplicity, I'm going to make a cheese egg omelette. And one thing I really like about this wok is that it has a large flat surface area. It's almost like a small frying pan. It's perfect for making an egg omelette. Okay, now comes the test of the non-stick property of the wok. If the wok is truly non-stick and the egg do not stick to the surface of the wok, you will be able to fold the egg omelette. And as shown here, the wok did not disappoint and the egg omelette come out really nice. So my result of this testing demonstrates to me that this wok works very well. It works as well as any other stainless steel wok that I have used in the past. So the question is that, will this wok justify for its price tag? At $500, it is a very expensive wok. But there's some reason I think I really like this wok. And will I spend $500 for this wok? It's really a good question. I think one of the most impressive part of this wok is its surface. I use a stainless steel wok spatula, and I really enjoy the action of a stainless steel wok spatula. It is much better to stir frying and more fun. But stainless steel wok spatula always scratch the surface of a wok. Any stainless steel wok I have used in the past will have scratch mark left behind, even though it's very minor, and it doesn't bother me personally. But this wok is resistant to any scratches, which is the amazing thing about the surface of this wok. Choosing the right wok is a very personal decision. And many times, different type of reason people choose the wok they like. And this wok actually really appealed to me. I like it enough, I'm going to incorporate it into my regular cooking routine. And I will report to you of my impression in future videos. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. That is practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.